G'day again. In this video I'm going to be sketching graphs again, so I'll be sketching, but in particular I want to show you the intercepts method. And this is probably usually a much quicker method of sketching, and when we use this is in general when we've got like AX plus BY equals C. When it looks like that, in general, that's when we'll be using this method. And what we just need to understand before I sort of get going on this is what we mean by X-intercept and Y-intercept. Remember, this is your Y-axis here. Up the top, so your vertical is your Y-axis, your horizontal is your X-axis. And what it means is if you have some line going like that, then what we mean by Y-intercept is wherever it crosses this y-axis, this is the y-axis here, wherever it crosses that, in other words there, we call that the y-intercept, where it's intercepting the y line. Okay. Similarly, the x-intercept is where it crosses the x line. Okay, so that is this point here. It crosses the x-axis there, so we call that the x-intercept. And it's really important to understand that. What's also important to understand is what are the coordinates at these points. So let's just have a look at that. Let's have a look at what the coordinates will be of this particular point here. What's the value of x there? Well, we don't know. So it's an interesting question. The x value of that point there is we don't know. What about the y value? Well, the y value is actually equal to 0 at that point. It's not up and it's not down. And so the y value is equal to 0. Interesting. Let's have a look at the y-intercept. What is the coordinates here? What is the x value here? Well, the x value here is 0. It's not across, it's not left, it's not right, it's sitting right on the line, so the x value is equal to 0. What's the y value? Again, we don't know. Okay? And so looking at this tells us something which is really important. If you are trying to find the x-intercept of a particular graph, then all you have to do is say, well, y is equal to 0. If you're trying to find the y-intercept of a particular line, then all you can say, well, x is equal to 0. And that is what this method does. All you need to do is find the x-intercept, find the y-intercept, and draw a line between them, and you're done. Okay, so the method is this. Find the y-intercept by setting, what do we say? The y-intercept here is setting x equal to 0. So if x is equal to 0, what's y equal to? Secondly, very similarly, find the x-intercept by setting y equal to 0. Y is equal to 0. Okay. Third step, draw a line between them. Join the dots. Draw a line between. Just going to abbreviate and get onto it. Draw a line between them. And that's it. That's the method. Find the x-intercept, find the y-intercept, draw a line between them, job done. It's quite a quick method if you're good with equations. This sort of does assume something. So let's get on to an example. So let's go example. Sketch. Let's go 3x minus 4y equals 3x minus 4y equals 12 using Intercepts method. Cool. 3x minus 4 equals 12 using Intercepts methods. So step 1. Step 1 was to find our x-intercept. So how do we find the x-intercept? The x-intercept happens when y is equal to 0. So what we do is we put y is equal to 0 into this equation here. This is our equation. It's the relationship between x and y. So let's sketch that. So what we've got 3x. We don't know the value of x. We're trying to find it out. Minus 4. But if y is equal to 0, 4y, 4 times 0 is equal to 12. And what we do is we continue on with this equation and solve it. So therefore, I've got my therefore up here. 3x minus 4 times 0. What's minus 4 times 0? It's just 0. So 3x equals 12. Therefore, x equals, how do we solve this? Divide by 3, 12 over 3, which is 4. In other words, your x-intercept is 4. In other words, where it crosses the x-axis is at 4. So I'm going to put that on here now. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to cross at that point there. The x-intercept is 4. Good. So that's the first thing. Let's now find the y-intercept. Y-intercept. How do we find the y-intercept? The y-intercept happens when x is equal to 0. And you can just see these are back to front here. X-intercept, you find it by y is equal to 0. Y-intercept happens when x is equal to 0. So all you do is go back to your rule up here. There's your rule, very important. It's the governing rule. And what we say is let's put x equals 0 in here. In other words, 3 times x, x is 0, minus 4y equals 12. Now we just need to solve this equation. What's 3 times 0? 0. So that just disappears. Okay. So therefore, negative 4y equals 12. Therefore, y is equal to get rid of that negative 4, you divide by negative 4. So 12 divided by negative 4 is equal to negative 3. Cool. So that's your y-intercept. What does that mean? This is where the line crosses the y-axis. So let's put that on here. Where is negative 3? 1, 2, 3. That is your y-intercept right there. Now that we've got those 2 points are on the line, and so that means all you need to do is draw a line between them. That should have gone. Oh, I'll try and get that a bit better. There we go. So you get your ruler out and draw a line between those 2 points. Label the line 3x minus 4y equals 12. That's the relationship line there. And that's all there is to the method. You find the x-intercept, you find the y-intercept, plot them on the graph, draw a line between them. Let's do one more example. And I'll get this out again so we've got a graph to draw it on. And here we go. Another example, let's do negative 2x plus y equals 8. Let's do this one. Fantastic. What we're trying to do is find the x-intercept and y-intercept. So let's do this. Blue. How do we find the x-intercept? That's when y is equal to 0. So when y is equal to 0, basically that is 0 there. So that is just going to disappear. Y is equal to 0. Your equation that you're going to get, you can just hold your hand over that if you want. That y is just going to disappear when y is equal to 0. You're going to get negative 2x equals 8. That y disappears. Therefore, x equals 8 divided by negative 2 equals negative 4. So your x-intercept is negative 4. That's going to be right there. Fantastic. Y-intercept. Y-intercept happens when x is equal to 0. When x equals 0, that bit there is going to cancel out. And so that just disappears. And so all you're going to be left with is y equals 8. If that's 0, it's going to be y equals 8. And so you're going to get, therefore, y equals 8. That easy. Y equals 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's your second point there. And all you do is draw a line between them. I'll try to do my best. Oh, that's terrible. Even worse, but I'm going to go with it because I just can't be bothered. So that's the line, minus 2x plus y equals 8. And that's how we do the intercepts method, which is very quick, as you can see, if you're good at algebra. Thank you.